Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody. After a few nights off here and there, that's how it goes, especially in the summer. Welcome to tonight's fantastic, absolutely stunning, hopefully overwhelming power dinosaur action. I've done a list like this before. Some of you guys may know Vanquisher's Banner, featuring tonight. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Of course, that is always going to be dinosaurs because that's all I play. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. Boom. Fantastic. We draw Vanquisher's Banner and it has an immediate impact. Chances are I have some dinosaurs out on the battlefield, whatever mixture this happens to be, and whenever I cast a dinosaur, I draw a card, which is quite fantastic. If they counter that dinosaur or they do anything before it enters to stop that, excuse me, that still happens. Now I may want to up the dinosaurs a little bit, possibly, trim one Vanquisher's Banner, maybe one Heraldic Banner, something like that. At the moment we're sitting at 25 dinosaurs. That's pretty decent. A lot of people like to play dinosaur decks and they have maybe 8 or 12. There might be more of a specific creature type than actual dinos. It's not quite as dino enough for myself, but that's alright, as long as you're having fun, which, I love this. I love it. Love it. Hello, Five Ways. How's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I've done it quite a few times. Heraldic Banner, Vanquisher's Banner. I don't believe I've mixed both of them together. Hard to say. I was looking back, and the last time I did it with Vanquisher's Banner, Max Vanquish, Maximum Vanquish, something like that, I was using Thunderherd Migration instead of Topiary Stomper, I believe. Yes. Yes. All is well. All is well. We'll see how it goes this next week coming up. I do have to work late. I can still set it up easy enough. Yeah. This is going to be good. The AC guy is coming tomorrow, so that's going to be fixed. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about the heat. If I'm hot, everyone else is probably hot because I'm pretty northern Ontario, northern Canada. Yeah, okay. The game plan is pretty simple. Of course, there is only 4 Marauding Raptors and 4 Otepec Huntmasters. There's no Invasion of Ixalan, Thunderherd Migration to grab a basic land, Drover of the Mighty. I just wanted to trim that stuff. I wanted to have a thing that could also ramp that was a dinosaur. So that brought me to Topiary Stomper. It's not something that, costs 2, unfortunately. We'll see how the early game goes. This could be a little bit awkward. Of course, it can always be awkward. Warm in Alberta. Hopefully the smoke isn't treating you too bad. I know it's been kind of rough. It was rough here a little bit ago from Quebec. All the forest fires. Nasty stuff. Hopefully things have toned down a little bit. Maybe this season was bad and then next summer isn't going to be quite so bad since everything burned up. We'll see. Hopefully I'm going to be burning up the ranked ladder with this. But again, Topiary Stomper, it's a thing that gets me ahead. It's not 2, it always gets me a land. It's a creature. So Heraldic Banner, if I can get to 7 lands, I get to attack and block. Heraldic Banner going to be powering up Topiary Stomper. Vanquisher's Banner, I named Dinosaur. Topiary Stomper is a dinosaur. So I cast this, it enters, I'm drawing a card, and I'm getting a land, and I'm getting a creature. I'm quite excited. Lots of potential to increase the total power. Really casting Ghalta quite easily. As always, she costs X less, where X is the total power of creatures you control. I don't imagine I would need a whole lot with the Vanquishers, with the Heraldic, and again, potentially I could trim it down to 2. It's kind of like a Great Henge in a sense, although this could be even better than the Great Henge. Sometimes you draw it or you play it and you don't have a creature to follow up after you play the Great Henge, so it really just doesn't feel so good. And then the next turn, maybe you draw land and that Great Henge is, not so great in those situations, which has happened quite a bit. But again, Vanquisher's Banner, it lands, it powers up all the dinos. What's not to love about that? An immediate impact. Even though even though I'm not going to be drawing a card when it enters. That's okay. Oh boy. Heraldic Banner. Stable ramp. Pretty stable with an artifact. Topiary Stomper. Grabbing a basic land from the library. Stable. I may not have quite enough basic lands. Oftentimes, as it has been in the past. Topiary Stomper, it's a thing that grabs basic lands, so I want more than 4. Just in case I draw a few and then I still have quite a few chances to grab them. I don't want to be left with no basics in my library. So I have 4 forests, 1 mountain. Oftentimes it's 6 in total. We'll see how that is. I might up it to 7. And there is 23 lands. I've almost... mind-blowing. Boom. I almost pressed the wrong one there, but... like a crazy person, I'm going with 23 lands. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But still, keep in mind, that's low for a lot of people. Huntmaster is ramp, pseudo ramp with cost reduction. Same as Marauding. Topiary ramps with a basic land. Heraldic Banner. That tends to be enough. Everything else is pretty much the same. Tyrranax Rex. Love it. Continue to love it. We get a pretty good package against control, I must say. That brings the pain quite a bit. Shifting Ceratops as well. Love it, love it. Sideboard-wise, Magmatic Chasm. Hey, that did the trick against Mono Green Devotion. Smoked them. Absolutely out of the water. So I'll kind of have it in the sideboard, similar to Back to Nature with all those enchantment-heavy decks. 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation, Soup. That does the trick against that deck. Magmatic Chasm would hopefully do the trick against Mono Green Devotion. It would get us out of a sticky situation, at least give us an out. We might not be able to bust through all the creatures that they barf in maybe a single turn. At least having a chance, a reasonable chance. Brotherhood's End, of course, for anything aggressive. Artifacts, love it. Bouncer's Beatdown, because, well, there's still lots of black stuff going around. Rakdos mid-range, mono black. Rough. And chances are, I have enough things that are powering up creatures that I have at least one that is 5 power. I can take out Shieldred. Hey, Heraldic Banner might be giving Topiary Stomper +1/+0. Boom. It's 5 power because of this. Bouncer's Beatdown for a single green targeting Shieldred. That opponent is going to be feeling pretty darn sad, I must say. And Tranquil Throwback as well. It's a creature. It's a dinosaur. It's green. So again, sort of synergizing with this Vanquisher's Banner, Heraldic Banner, as I'm often going to be naming green. It just makes sense, I think, at least with this variation. Bring more hate to artifacts, enchantments, graveyards. Not a whole lot of instant speed interaction other than Bouncer's Beatdown. But I think we'll still bring the beatdown. Okay, let's get her done. Get her done with the best tribal deck in Explorer and Pioneer. I'll make a video on that maybe sometime. The best tribal deck. Ooh, a lot of people are going to be hating on that. That's okay. Fight me. What's it gonna be? Mono Green Devotion? It would be very interesting. I've always wondered about that. Take an actual stance for once. You know, I keep things pretty tame, but pack a punch. Take out that mono-white humans. If I knew I was facing mono-white humans and they knew they were facing dinosaurs, of course that would change things up. Maybe I can do something like that. Oh boy. Yeah, well, that'd be fun. Fun to stir the pot, at least a little bit. A little bit of a troll, sprinkling things in. But this hand, I could try it out, possibly getting that 3rd land to play Topiary Stomper. I am on the draw, so there is 3 chances, actually, to see the 3rd land. Yorion, counter spells, probably. You know what? I think they have stuff for early stuff. So if I don't have early stuff, Well, they're not going to do stuff to my stuff. Ah. Okay, good. Yeah, vampires. Classic. Oof. Elementals. Well, this is going to be rough. I should not have kept that. Hey, worth a risk. Worth a shot at least. The algorithm is against me. I said dinosaurs were the best tribal deck, and now we're going to get hosed by another okay. Here goes nothing. We'll give it a shot. Oops. Hopefully it doesn't go downhill. Of course, elementals can be very rough stuff, very explosive and damaging. Quite rampy as well. This, of course, is four color elementals. Blue, white, green, and red. We may be dead. Perhaps dinosaurs being the best deck is all in my head. Perhaps I should just go to bed. Yeah. No, not a whole lot to do in those situations. And they got black as well, I guess. 5 color elementals. Shifting Ceratops, of course, could block Omnath into infinity. It is part blue, so that's maybe a little bit of a saving grace. Hopefully they don't have removal of her shifting, but it seems like they do. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Well, I guess we're just dead. Nuts. MTG Rap. MTG Raps do slap. I don't think we're not winning this one. I can wager a guess. I will go Huntmaster plus Marauding. We'll try to do something with someone. Perhaps we could get a surprising burst of damage in here. You never know. We'll see what they do here. They only have 1 card left in hand, so that's pretty good. Stop at least a little bit of damage here. Phew. Oh boy, we gotta play a whole bunch of stuff. Can we survive next turn? No, not quite. Let me think. Now, we would need at least 4 creatures to block. I can't get 4 creatures. That's alright. That's alright. Can't win them all. That's for sure. Okay. Okay. 5 color elementals. Well, nothing really enchantment related. Sometimes we could surprise them and take out quite a few. However, they can get counters put on them, as we saw right here. A Dryad of the Elysian Grove is above Omnath. Hitting the Leafkin Druids could be nice to stop their ramp. If they control 4 more creatures, they add 2 green, and that can be pretty explosive, especially with all their actual lands. Yeah, I'm going to keep Brotherhood's End out. Magmatic Chasm, come to think of it. That would do it. Basically, everything is on the ground. This is going to be nice indeed. What do I want to trim? Lots of creatures. Ripjaw Raptor, of course, could draw quite a bit whenever it is dealt damage. So I want to keep that in. Two Vanquisher's Banner. I'd rather keep the ramp, powers up everything, just to get there for the big guys. Keep Heraldic Banner. Ugh. Oh, nuts. Well, that is going to definitely be the keeper. Huntmaster, turn 2 with the Stomping Ground and Castle Garenbrig. Lovely stuff. We get to Topiary Stomper. If I still don't draw that 3rd land, I would hopefully draw it because, well, there's 23, but well, you never know. Definitely keep Shifting Ceratops in. Getting that down, we've got Magmatic Chasm. Maybe we can get something sneaky going. Probably Topiary Stomper next turn, I hope. Topiary Stomper. I guess not. Wow. Nuts. No more leyline bindings. I knew I should have listened to my gut. Brought in that back to nature. Of course, a 5-color deck naturally can make pretty good use of leyline binding. Oftentimes having one of each type of land, reducing leyline binding, sometimes to a single white. Pretty devastating stuff. Got the third land finally, fortunately. Try to deal a wee bit of damage here and... Oh, phew. Okay. I was worried for a second. They were pausing and I thought, oh, nuts. There's going to be another leyline binding. Get a Shifting Ceratops next turn, another one the turn after that. Chip away quite nicely and slap them with that Magmatic Chasm. Very good. Do I want Heraldic Banner? Nah, we're going to go with Shifting Ceratops just because I can give it haste, which is quite nice. They're waiting to do something, I think. Probably. Hopefully not. Yeah, nuts. Okay. Oh my goodness. What? We'll get there. They gotta run out of stuff eventually. My, oh my. Excuse me. Hydroid Crassus, not too bad. Hopefully getting a... Well, it's not a 5th land, but it's going to be Heraldic Banner right now. Going to name green. Going to play Marauding Raptor. Shifting Ceratops next turn. Nice and hasty and damaging. Pretty good, I must say. They didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. Potentially, it might just kill them next turn if they can't really do. Yeah, huh. They can't block Shifting Ceratops because it has protection from blue. Hydroid Crassus, of course, is Pard Blue, which is lovely, lovely stuff. Okay. We get to another land next turn. That'll be pretty good. We're still 2 away from turning on Topiary Stomper. We still have a decent bit of damage. Omnath, well, that is going to be pretty rough. When they play land, they're going to gain 4, go back to 15. Ooh. Going back to 15, popping Fabled Passage, getting 4. They can play quite a bit, sadly. Hopefully we get a nice big heavy hitter next turn. Finish them off in a few hits. Definitely another shifting would certainly pack a punch. Atraxa, it's not too bad. Atraxa can't deal damage to shifting because the Atraxa is also Pard Blue, so we could just hold shifting back or simply just attack with it. If we get something else that powers up shifting, getting it to 7 power, I may just wait and potentially do a sneaky reach. That would be good. Yeah, we got another land at least. Gonna hold Shifting Ceratops back. Hopefully I can give it reach. Stop Atraxa. I could have dealt 6 damage to them, but then they would have gained 7 when Atraxa attacked. Didn't make a whole lot of... Okay. Well, stuff just didn't come together. Where's that Tyrranax Rex when you need it? We'll wait and see what we draw next turn, but you can't win them all. That's some pretty good stuff. Pretty decent. It could be better. Watch it be another land. I knew I shouldn't have gone to 23. Darn. Shucks. Yeah. No more lands. Of course, it is all over at this point, definitely. A little bit too late, sadly. Maybe a few turns sooner. We had Castle Garenbrig, so we could have easily made enough mana for it quite a few turns ago. We had the green from Heraldic Banner, plus at least 4 lands, one of them being Castle Garenbrig. Ooh, that would have been nice. Okay. Still a good time. Maybe I shouldn't say Dinos are the best deck in Explorer and Pioneer quite so hard yet. I'll redeem myself yet tonight. We'll get them. Oh, they are the best flavor-wise. We've got Shifting Ceratops, Protection from Blue, and Marauding Raptor, and just so many fantastic tools. Not that other tribal decks don't have lovely tools, but I think we have some of the best. Shifting Ceratops alone, rampaging Ferocidon, stopping players from gaining life, pinging whenever a creature enters the battlefield. The list goes on and on and on and on. And I think this hand will bring us a good win. Of course, 2 Tyrranax Rexes, kind of rough, keeping a hand with 2 big, scary dinosaurs that may not work out, but there is 4 lands. There is Marauding Raptor for 2 coming up here. I think it could work. Hopefully seeing that Castle Garenbrig to get Tyrranax Rex. Humans, well, at least humans aren't on the play. Phew. Hopefully there's no ossification. Excuse me. No ossification. No portable hole. I won't eat them. I only eat other non-human things. The wildebeests. Or Phyrexians. I guess the Tyrranax Rex is eating an actual Phyrexian itself. Yeah. They've got something up their sleeve. They must. Something for one. Giving it first strike, why would they be attacking? Well, let's see what happens. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, we'll get a creature at some point here. That was pretty good. I wasn't really sure what they were bluffing. They only had a green or a white with that Temple Guard in here, so they could have had something. Some sort of funny business. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Well, we have mostly creatures, so that isn't much of a drawback at all. Could they do something to Marauding? Will they probably do something to Marauding? Would Thalia get to 3 power next turn? I think that could be the case. I'm just gonna do some more damage, especially because there could be Brutal Cathar coming down to get rid of... There we go. If I would have held back Marauding, I wouldn't have dealt 2 more damage. Now let's hope. No more lands. We have enough. Oh boy. I was like, oh yeah, why can't I play Marauding? Reflector Mage bounces it, and then I can't play cards with the same name as that card. However, you can't bounce T-Rex. Boom. Could have played Marauding plus Shifting, giving Shifting haste, but this is good. You can't counter it. Hopefully they don't have something that sends it back to the top of the library or whatever it is. Could we be dead next turn? That's a good question. They likely have Collected Company. This is Bant humans now that I see. Breeding Pool, got green, blue, and white. If it is Collected Company, they probably have just enough power to get the job done anyways. I'm going to take a risk. Okay. That's how she goes. They wouldn't have bounced that darn Marauding Raptor. Nuts. Brotherhood's End, of course. Humans. Smoke them. Lots of pretty weak bodies. Sometimes they can get a little bit too big, unfortunately, with all those counters, but we get it early enough, we time it just right, and smoke them. Yeah. Let me think. Tyrranax Rex I do love, of course. Well, a wee bit costly. Couple Vanquishers banners. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Bunch of lands, well, a couple of lands. But we got Marauding, we got Brotherhood's End. Heraldic Banner. Hopefully getting that third land for Shifting Ceratops. Of course, we had enough to previous game. That's how it goes sometimes, though. That should be quite nice indeed. Very nice seeing Vanquisher's banner finally. At least they did play a Dauntless Bodyguard. It enters, or as it enters, they choose another creature they control and go to be Cragcrown Pathway. Just in case I draw a mono green source, I want to be able to cast Brotherhood's End, which needs 2 red. But yeah, Dauntless Bodyguard, they can sacrifice to give indestructible to the other creature they named. Of course, it is the only creature, so that part doesn't matter. Pretty good. Thalia's Lieutenant next turn, potentially. Get the Dauntless Bodyguard up to 3 power, and we certainly won't be blocking with Marauding. Excuse me, want to at least preserve Marauding for another turn or two. Hopefully getting to the third land for Shifting here. It is nice to see Brotherhood's End if it makes sense to do so, or I just want to do Brotherhood's End a little bit more aggressively. Oh, okay, well, Luminarch Aspirant also doing that. Take at least 1 hit. Going down to 17, not too bad, and again, Marauding Raptor could be quite nice. Coming up here, getting the Shifting Ceratops down 1 turn sooner. There we go, beautiful stuff. So we get to attack with Marauding this turn. Luminarch Aspirant, of course, is not going to block Marauding, and I just have to hope that the Dauntless Bodyguard doesn't get to 4 toughness next turn. I have to hope there's no Thalia's Lieutenant putting a counter on each human, plus the Luminarch Aspirant putting another counter potentially on the Dauntless Bodyguard. That would not be a good situation. Thalia herself would not be good because might not be able to cast Brotherhood's End. Yikes. But I think if they had Thalia herself, they would have played her on that second turn. Potentially. This is Adeline. Not too bad. Okay. I mean, we still take a decent bit of damage, of course. Oh, interesting. I'm going to preserve Shifting. Of course, I could trade with Dauntless Bodyguard, but Brotherhood's End is going to take that down coming up here. So I don't have to worry too much. Oh my goodness, 3 Brotherhood's End. What is this? Well, that's how it goes. I'm going to attack with Marauding Raptor. See? I'm going to mouse over like I have something to do with Marauding. Maybe they'll let the damage through and I'll get a little bit of benefit from Marauding. I wasn't going to attack with Shifting Ceratops. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. Adeline definitely would have blocked, I'm pretty sure. Everything would have been taken out. Adeline, of course, is at 1 power because there is only 1 human. Shifting would have only needed to be dealt 1 more damage because I dealt 3 to it with the Brotherhood. So At least I dealt 2 damage with Marauding. Took him a little bit lower, and now I can smoke him once again with this. Got something up their sleeve, perhaps. We'll get Heraldic Banner, we'll power up Shifting. We'll hope we're safe, at least. Vanquisher's Banner next turn would be quite nice as well. Do they have something for something? Well, I certainly think they have Collected Company. Could they have enough humans to combine and block and take out Shifting? I think there's a very good chance of that. Collected Company. I'd be surprised if that wasn't it. I just wanted to preserve Shifting. Pretty much. Oh my goodness. I've never played against decks like this before. They hadn't really done a whole lot of anything, and they had 4 mana. So, Collected Company, they look at the top 6 cards, putting 2 creatures with a mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. We'll see if they get enough power onto the battlefield that could have potentially taken Shifting out. Yeah, we can still play Brotherhood's End next turn. We've got Heraldic Banner. We have a total of 5, so we can smoke them pretty nicely. They're going to put a bunch of counters on the Anointed Peacekeeper. At the very least, saving it. The Luminarch Aspirants and the Hopeful Initiate are going to go down, I believe. Pretty sure. Or they might put everything on Adeline. We'll see. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Makes sense. Attack with the pieces. Yeah, Brave the Elements tends to do the trick. They just automatically win. Shifting can't block. Nothing more you can do with that. A little bit unfortunate, but hey, it's how she goes. Alright, next one coming up. We've got Elementals, Humans. Certainly is a tribal knight, my goodness. Dimir Rogues, kind of a tribal deck. Yeah. Be really interesting if it was all tribal. Let's see. Elves, Goblins. I wouldn't expect either of those, but definitely Dimir Rogues, blue and black. Lots of counter spells, killing spells. That might be coming up. Dab City. Ooh. Yeah, I can work with that. 3 lands, Huntmaster. Topiary Stomper, of course, has to be Rootbound Crag to start. Karplusan Forest second, so I have 2 lands untapped at the very least. Could have played the Forest, but now when I play Rockfall Vale, it will enter untapped. Huntmaster sadly going to go down to not a Fiery Impulse. Oh, just a Strangle. That's not so bad. Maybe that means Topiary Stomper is going to happen? Or they let Huntmaster happen to counter the thing that I would play next turn. We're drawing out the counter spells. Okay, well, you can't counter Shifting Ceratops. Good luck. Get them. They might have Lightning Axe. 1 red, discard a card. Deal 5 damage to Shifting, Obliterating Bolt. Excuse me. They might double up on removal just to take Shifting out. That would be quite interesting indeed. We'll draw out something with Regisaur Alpha. Of course, I don't. Well, might as well. Make them do something. Okay. We get Tyrranax Rex. Maybe drawing out the counter spell saved Shifting. Tyrranax Rex next turn is going to pretty much do him in. That's going to be a pretty difficult hill to get back from. Yeah, smack him. Pretty much ends it right there. Ooh. Like nothing else. You get Tyrranax Rex. You can't counter it. chances are you can't target it. They can't target it at the moment. They might. Chandra, she can make 2 red. Maybe they have something for 2, for 3. Pretty much they have to take their entire turn off, because they have to spend basically all their mana, and then I play the second T-Rex and they're dead. It doesn't get much better than that. My favorite. There's a small window where, Tyrranax Rex is better than Carnage Tyrant just because of the haste, but then if it's late, they can somewhat easily pay the ward 4 cost, paying an extra for it to target it, remove it, kill it. Yeah. There you go. Just slap that down and that's enough power. Sometimes you don't need more power than the good old T-Rex. Get him. However, this is counterspells. Torrential Gearhulk, it could be Izzet, Indomitable Creativity, cheating out some big creature from the library. The Torrential Gearhulk to cast Magma Opus. Although it is pretty interesting to see Strangle. It's a pretty decent card. 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker. I mean, Huntmaster is all but guaranteed to be dead. We are not on the play. We won that. So, I think being on the draw. Trim Huntmaster. Certainly bring in Tranquil Frill back. They could have a decent bit on the ground for Magmatic Chasm, but I think with all the lovely bodies I'm packing here, that's going to do it. And I could keep Huntmaster in. I'd play it. It draws out a counterspell. It's 1 less counterspell that would be used against all my other stuff. But I just felt like trimming it. There's lots of stuff that deals 2 damage, 3 damage, instant speed, and yeah. And that hand is lovely stuff too. Plenty of lands, lovely creatures. Tranquil Frillback, of course, to exile the graveyard. Torrential Gearhulk is not going to be doing a whole lot. They can only deal 2 damage with the Fiery Impulse. Hopefully Marauding sticks around. Hopefully it's just... going to try for Shifting Ceratops. We're going to draw out Fiery Impulse potentially. It's going to deal 2 damage to... I think they're going to get a Fiery Impulse. Oh. There you go. You can't do that with mono-white humans. I imagine mono-white humans might have a kind of rough time against whatever Izzet variation this was. Lots of little damage spells, 2 damage, 3 damage. Perhaps I could keep the battlefield clear, although mono-white humans, of course, as you saw, was lovely, very, very aggressive. Fantastic power coming from there. Yeah. You just smoke them and hit them with T-Rex in the first game and they just don't even want to continue playing. You remove all their will to play, which... boom. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yeah. Going good tonight, featuring Heraldic Banner, Vanquisher's Banner, powering up all my creatures, +1/+1 and +1/+0 drawing cards, ramping. Not a whole lot of interaction, so that does catch me off guard a little bit. I'm certainly prepared for that fact. I like to feature different stuff, different potential choices that you guys might like to try out. I got 2 Heraldic Banners. It's going to get me there for T-Rex, I would imagine. That is 5 mana in total to get Vanquisher's Banner. Nothing for 2, but of course there is a total of 8 things for 2, so there's a pretty good chance you won't see it in all the variations of hands. When I have 12 things that cost 2, it does feel a little bit bad when I don't see them, especially after I mulligan multiple times. Yeah, it is pretty hot cut, I must say. In my room here, but the AC guy, as I mentioned at the start of tonight, is coming tomorrow. Whew. It's going to be nice and cool. Keep my computer cool, although it works pretty good. Pretty decent. Sometimes I do get a little bit worried though. Don't want it to crap out. Of course I can bring you guys fantastic dino matches and stuff from my phone, but it's not quite the same feel. And I can't go, well, I can go live from my phone, but no, not on an actual game. Definitely Vanquisher's Banner. Maybe Heraldic. No, Vanquisher's Banner. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hopefully drawing another land next turn, and then I can go T-Rex. I could have gone the second Heraldic Banner to set up for T-Rex here, but well, I think this is going to work out too. Okay, so we've got Boros Hammertime. Oh boy, oh boy. It's pretty good. Well, 2/2 lifelink trample. It's going to get a lot bigger next turn with Colossus Hammer, if they can attach it, of course. Definitely got to be Ripjaw. Hopefully drawing another land. That is not another land. Yikes. Well, at the very least, Ripjaw can block this Lion Sash. Yeah, they can't attach Colossus Hammer. They can play it for 1, but the equip cost still is 6. And they only have 5 mana, so we're at least safe for another turn. Fortunately. Okay. Nahiri, Forged in Fury. Affinity for equipment. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment without paying their mana cost. Yeesh. Yikes. That's pretty good. They can't attack with Nahiri, which is nice. Yeah, no, just another Ripjaw. More draw. Now I'm just going to have to hope that they don't have a 6th land. Not quite, not quite. We'll see. It could get really ugly here. At the very least, Ripjaw could block Nahiri, so we do have a little bit of time. Colossus Hammer, oh boy. Sigarda's Aid coming in hot. Perhaps. Maybe. Oh. So I draw a card. That's pretty good. I'm going to draw 2 cards from this scenario because they didn't completely finish off shifting. I take out a creature. Yes, this is exactly what you want to do with Ripjaw Raptor. 100%. Oh, and we got the lands. The lands I was so desperately waiting for. Let's get that T-Rex and let's start smacking them. 9, 10. It's a 10-9. That's pretty devastating stuff. Ooh. I like it. Start to try and chip away, slap down the second one next turn, and hopefully make them feel the pain. Yes, yes, you probably want to take it out. I like it. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. Discard a card, huh? Heraldic Banner. Definitely want to keep Topiary Stomper. I do have the 6th land, and then if I play Topiary Stomper, that's going to get me to 7. quite nicely. But I think another T-Rex would be good. Can they attach that? Oh boy. Okay, good. We're still off of that Colossus Hammer. It costs 6 to equip, and they are stuck at 5. Oh, fortunately. Okay. I think just another T-Rex, really at this point. Regisaur Alpha would draw a card. I'd only be left with 1, though. Yeah. Another T-Rex. Sounds alright. I think. Do I want to attack with both? Colossus Hammer could just be attached to the Sarah Paragon, potentially. I'm just gonna hit him with both and see what happens. I want to see what I draw with this Spirit. It could be all over next turn if I didn't attack, so I might as well swing for the fences. Oh, they got it. Nuts. Well, it doesn't have haste. Okay, that's pretty good. I like it. Well, they're all tapped out. And they can hit me for 5, but if I hit them, if I connect with any point of damage from T-Rex, they would die. Because then they would go to at least 10 poison counters. Of course, Kemba Ka Enduring is 14-14. Yikes. Okay. We might be able to make something good happen. Of course, we'll get with Marauding Raptor, reduce all the dinos, play some more dinos. It's going to be lovely. Topiary Stomper, yes please. Draw some more. Ooh, that is tempting. I like Regisaur Alpha, but am I attacking this turn? I don't want to. I want Marauding Raptor to draw another card. And then Ripjaw for 2. To draw 4? Not quite 4, but 2 Marauding Pings plus Vanquisher's Banner. That's pretty good. We're refilling our hand here. I'm just happy to showcase this particular scenario. That's pretty good. Yes, definitely have to discard a wee bit. 1 Vanquishers. Huntmaster, of course, because it's going to die to the Marauding Raptors. That's just how it's got to be. Okay. Let's see what they do. Maybe we're not dead. Although if they attach Lion Sash to a Sarah Paragon, we are. Unfortunately. Oh boy. Nuts. Okay, that's how she goes. Yeah. How's it going? Yes, hey, that's alright. Good stuff. Happy to hear. I'm having a good night. My mama's over and my sister. They made supper. Everybody's asleep. It's a good night, and also good because I'm playing Dinos. But Tranquil Frillback is going to give us a chance. Destroying an artifact. Brotherhood's End, destroying cheap artifacts with a mana value 3 or less. Shadow Spear is mana value 3 or less. Colossus Hammer, Lion Sash. Brotherhood's End is going to bring an end. Vanquisher's Banner, I think we gotta trim that. We gotta trim something somewhere, of course. Tyrranax Rex. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, I guess the worst thing at the moment is just being hot. I updated my background behind me just so the artificial background removal kind of works a little bit better. I was meaning to for months and finally got around to it. Not that hand though. 2 lands. Maybe if it was 2 sources of red to perhaps help cast Brotherhood's End, I'd make that work, but not, no. Going downhill, sadly. Well, that's going to have to be it. I want to keep those 2 bodies. I still have 3 lands, a very good chance to get to Ripjaw or Shifting Ceratops, but just kind of unfortunate. Oh, very fun. Very fun. Lots of great potential card advantage. And hey, look, there is the thing for 2 that I didn't have whatsoever. So this hand already is looking pretty good. Yeah, well, I hear the One Ring is pretty decent. I think it's okay. It could be better. It's pretty good in Vintage and Legacy and Modern and Pioneer and Explorer and Historic and Alchemy and Commander and Oathbreaker and Standard. Not Standard. It's not legal in Standard. It's not legal in... Okay, the One Ring is really good in all the formats it's legal in. Just pretty cool. I think I'm perfectly okay with it being so amazing. If there's going to be something that's going to be good, it should be that. I think it's a flavor win how good it is. Yeah. Basically the most powerful thing in... well, most well-known powerful thing in fiction is really powerful. If it wasn't powerful, I think it would maybe be even worse. Yeah, they'll do what they need to do, hopefully. Cross your fingers. If it needs to be banned, it will be banned, but it's an artifact. It can go in any deck. It makes everything better. There's no reason not to play it, I guess. Hopefully, there's no Colossus Hammer. When it enters, with Sigarda's aid, they can attach it to a creature they control, getting around the equip cost of 8. We might soon be dead. Let's hope nothing bad happens. Well, that's pretty good. Nothing too scary. Maybe I should go back to Historic. Ring of Dino. Dino Ring. Something like that. Yeah, it is nice to hear that it is helping. Certainly against control. Yeah. Kind of tempted to open up some more packs or just redeem a wild card, of course. I think I might do that. Ring around the dino. I'll make the thumbnail kind of like a carousel and a whole bunch of those little dinos are riding on it. Ooh, yeah, I like it. At least they don't have any creatures out. That's a positive. We might have a chance here. Okay, they got something. We're not dead yet. They could flash in something here. Hopefully they're just dead. Potentially they could. They do have 1 mana. I believe they can play... well, they could play Colossus Hammer, Flash. You never know. Shadow Spear is pretty good. Yeah. Tends to do the trick. Figured they had something up their sleeve. Caverns of Ixalan. Oh my goodness, yes. Solar Updraft. We're going to get Cavern of Souls with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I hope. Of course, it's not very helpful in this matchup, but 1 mana of any color for a dinosaur, and that creature can't be countered. Oh, beautiful. Exactly lethal. I love it. So we took him out without revealing the potential of Tranquil Frillback to destroy an artifact, Brotherhood's End to destroy all artifacts. That is going to be quite helpful, but I'm counting down the days for Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're going to get an actual Dinosaur Lord. I've said it many times. We didn't get it in March of the Machines or March of the Machines Aftermath or Phyrexia All Will Be One because they're setting up. They're saving it. I hope. Be pretty sad if that was the case that we don't get it. We still have some fantastic ones. Of course, Tranquil Frillback. Lovely. A lovely catch-all to do a lot of stuff. Tyrranax Rex, which we saw the hosing. Izzet. Whatever it was. Yeah. So even if we didn't get a Dino Lord, I would still be quite happy. You know, +1/+1 to all dinosaurs you control. Give them, I don't know, something. Menace. Menace would be nice. Oh yes, absolutely. I still think probably the Atarka's Invasion of Ixalan one was probably the best. Really had to just scratch an itch playing this Heraldic Banner. It's kind of like Domri, Anarch of Bolas. Of course, very different, but Domri powers everything up, +1/+0, and he ramps. Heraldic Banner is more stable than Domri because sometimes you're sort of just forced to play Domri into an open board, and it's not very fun. Now the question becomes, Brotherhood's End to destroy everything? I think I want to do that because I do want to go Heraldic Banner. Let me think. You know what? I'm going to go Heraldic Banner. I'm going to name green, maybe Tranquil Frillback next turn. I don't think it's quite enough. I want a little bit more value. They said good game. I guess maybe it is. I should have smoked them when I had the chance. Well, we're not dead yet. Now I can smoke them. Okay. Phew. Hopefully it doesn't go downhill or continue to go downhill. Oh yes, absolutely. Ripjaw Raptor in the main. It's kind of rough, of course. Fatal Push can sometimes easily take out Ripjaw. You don't get much of a chance. Sometimes you don't draw a card at all, and Ripjaw Raptor can feel pretty bad. But against all the aggressive stuff, it is pretty fantastic. If you get it down early enough, you ping it with Marauding, it's pretty decent for the times that it feels pretty bad. But I don't have any more artifacts. Kind of want to take out Nahiri. Let's try and take her out. Hopefully. They could have Rebel Salvo, dealing 5 damage to Shifting at instant speed for 3. I think that's what's about to happen. Oh, no. Hashtag pre-recorded. There you go. Well, we're not dead yet. I could have played Ripjaw, draw a card. They used a piece of removal. We got a replacement for Ripjaw, and they just lost something. They didn't get anything. That is good. Extra good. Yeah, definitely. Ripjaw, when it feels good, it feels good. But even if it feels bad and you're not drawing cards, you still have a 5/4, or, well, sometimes a 5/5, but a 4/5. Maybe for 3 or 2, depending on your cost reduction. Do I want Tranquil Frillback? Nah, you know what? We're going to go with Ripjaw. There's not a whole lot we can do with Tranquil Frillback other than gaining a bit of life. Ripjaw might feel quite a bit better. Oh, another. I was thinking maybe another Rebel Salvo. Another Brotherhood's End would be good. Ooh. Okay, they don't got a whole lot. Well, Tranquil Throwback to take out Sigarda's Aid. It is an enchantment, so that's pretty fantastic. Exile the graveyard, or nah, we're going to gain some life here. I like it. I like it. That should buy us time. Of course, they probably want to preserve Nahiri. They'll have one of those tokens block. We'll draw a card. That's still pretty good. Court of Calling. Definitely very nice for elves. Going to be very scary. I think I'll probably see elves, Golgari elves, which I think is possibly better than mono green. It's hard to say, but yeah. At least elves for a little bit is going to be pretty common. Once people get it out of their system, maybe it will still go by the wayside. I'm definitely going to keep in Brotherhood's End to, hopefully help destroy that deck. We'll see if it becomes common. I might use it, maybe in Dinos, might as well. Court of Dinos, playing a tune. The D sharp, Dino sharp, the teeth are sharp. Hey, that's pretty good. Ooh, I like it. D sharp. Watch these teeth. Something like that. Colossus Hammer, hey. Just a second. Marauding for 2, Tranquil for 2, Tranquil for 3. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I want to be as efficient as possible. Reducing Tranquil to 2 leaves me with 1 extra green that I can pay for its ability. Of course, I don't have counter spells. We're going to destroy this sometimes painful Colossus Hammer. That's pretty good. I like it. Hopefully they don't have another one in hand. Of course, they probably can't attach it to anything, at least for 1 turn. Oh yes, there's of course fantastic toolboxy dinos. There's not a whole lot really of anything else we need, I think, at this point. There are 2 dinos that deal with graveyards, Tranquil Throwback and Death Gorge Scavenger. There's 2 dinos that stop life gain, 2 dinos that stop artifacts and enchantments, Tranquil and Thrashing Brontodon. Lots of haste, dinos that can't be countered. Yeah, I'm kind of scratching my head what else there is we would want to do at this point, which is a pretty good problem to have. Ooh, Explore Anthology 3. I've heard some people say it's kind of hit and miss, a little bit unfortunate. Of course, they can't just add everything into Pioneer. It makes sense. It's a game. They have to make money. People have to buy stuff. Okay, a Ripjaw Raptor. That's pretty good. Huh. I'll take it. But again, somebody has to be spending money on this game for everybody to keep playing it. So if they added all the main cards to Pioneer, when they add all the other actual cards, nobody is going to buy it if all the main stuff has already been released. That's just my thought on it. Life isn't free. Somebody's got to pay somewhere along the line. Oh, got him. That was a fantastic example of Tranquil Throwback. I'm just happy I brought it in a pretty good case. Why you guys might want to use them. That won me the game there. Destroying the Colossus Hammer, the Sigarda's Aid, before this and this and this, and ooh, it is good. Of course, I would not normally expect to face Boros equipment. It is nasty if you're not prepared. Oh, dig through time. Dig through time. Oh boy. Dig through time is nothing. I've faced Oko. I was playing Dinosaurs in Standard when Oko was around. I think they were together, but let's look at Oko for a bit. Some of you guys may not know Oko, or as we like to call him, Broko. That was a rough time. That was a rough time indeed. Oh boy, okay. Dig through time, that's got nothing on this. There were people splashing just for Oko. Their deck colors were not even green or blue. They might not have even been blue. It might have been green and white. And they brought in blue just for this. You know, it's pretty bad when. Yeah, that's... my goodness. Shifting Ceratops potentially could be kind of helpful if you ever have to face this. Of course, it's not legal in Historic, Explorer, not legal in Pioneer, not legal in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Brings back good memories. You stopped playing during Oko, okay. Dino, yes, JDX, I know. Yes, I have never played Liliana Dinos. You gotta keep reminding me, maybe in the Discord, just to remind me after the stream, but if I can keep a positive attitude while facing this, I think I'm gonna last pretty long. Might not win quite as much as I want, but of course, you lose a lot, you win a lot. Maybe the deck is not so good, maybe it is. Well, you got to play a lot to exactly zero in. Sometimes not, but I'm under rest. Oh, nuts. I see, yeah. Yeah, it really did hurt a lot. And Field of Ruin. I don't think I've talked about Oko Thief of Crowns. I mean, maybe... No, he's never going to get unbanned. That would be pretty cool. Just for a little bit. Be quite amusing. Of course, Oko can't target Shifting Ceratops. Oko is part blue, so the +1, making a creature lose all abilities and just become a 3/3 elk. No, that's not happening. Yeah, rough stuff. Okay, I don't want to give you guys nightmares. I'm going to have nightmares myself just looking at that. Painful. We'll get into some more matches here. At least another one or two. It's a pretty good card. Oko Thief of Crowns just kind of slipped through the cracks. It was an easy mistake. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed it would have been good? I forget the story behind why it actually did slip through the cracks. I think they didn't play test it with enough of different stuff, or somebody updated it and they didn't look back at the file, and then Oko got printed with his ability as a +2 and then a +1, and maybe somebody thought, oh, that's okay, and it went out for finalization and we were left with that. Yeah. Ooh. Menacingly, doesn't look too menacing, but it was. Nexus of Fate as well. Bant, Turbo Fog Nexus, just taking turns after turns after turns. That was also rough stuff. Facing off against Jund Food. Gonna be Heraldic Banner. I want to ramp this turn and also power things up. Regisaur Alpha. I'll be at 5 mana next turn, so I can go with that. Attack with a token as a 4/3, and it has trample, so I do fly right past that Cauldron Familiar. Hopefully things don't get too nasty. They're going to pay a little bit extra when they sacrifice that food, drawing a card. Of course, Trail of Crumbs is fantastic card advantage. That really adds up. Yeah. Wizards of the Coast makes the absolutely best trading card game in the world. Magic the Gathering. What's not to love? Sometimes they have minor slip-ups. Companions with Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths was a minor blip, you know, before it got updated. Companions were pretty decent. Having an extra card to start every single game was okay, you know, could have been better, but you know, can't ask for everything. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah, no, companions were pretty crazy stuff. You always wonder what goes through their minds. Oh yes, the tried and true response. Hey, it works. Oh, I think it's pretty true. It's pretty true. Highly believable. Everything that I say. Of course, they don't have a witch's oven. They can't use the oven to sacrifice a cat. So we're going to draw a card when the kitty cat takes a little scratch against that Ripjaw Raptor. Lovely stuff. I think we have, hopefully, enough power on board to make it happen. Tyrranax Rex next turn would be pretty good. Yeah. Maybe I should just go into... maybe I should try Oko Dinos. Broco Dinos. I think I have to do free play. Maybe I'll take Oko against Sparky with Dinos. I just love the food token art with Oko there. The curly banana and the glowing pomegranate looking thing. I think that's probably my favorite food art of all time. Possibly, no. Well, it's not a food, but Kubo, the monkey from Jumpstart 2, Jumpstart 2022. I don't know. I lost track, but the banana token. I think there was a banana token. Maybe it wasn't. No, the banana token wasn't printed officially. Somebody just made up art for it. I don't know. I'm getting my tokens mixed up. There's a lot. Maximum aggression? Let's do it. Hopefully they don't have removal for Regisaur. That would be rough. They have enough permanents to deal that much damage. Interesting. Oh, they have whatchamacallit. Sacrifice a creature, make treasures for 2. Deadly Dispute. I think it is. That's what's going to happen. So they'll sack a creature, which is another damage, and then sack the treasure, which is 2 damage. Oh yes, they are well. Hopefully all is well with you, JDX. Anybody else watching right now? Hopefully you're having a good time. And Deadly Dispute. Oh, hashtag pre-recorded. There you go. I don't play this game enough. I should be able to call it even better. And the treasure might, lead to a fatal push on a Ripjaw. The one that can attack. Well, they goofed up there. Phew. Phew. There we go. Beautiful. Started lifting weights. Good stuff. Good stuff. Late night snack. Oh, gotta get the macros, the snack rows, I guess, if you want to call them that. Chicken. Plain chicken breast. No seasoning. No dressing. Plain broccoli. Plain rice. Salt, I think. If you're doing keto, apparently you need salt. But, yeah. Plain everything. Hardcore. Yeah. It's pretty hard when you have a 3-year-old and she loves Timbits and all the other good stuff. Maybe you eat a few Timbits, donuts, whatever it is. Timbits for all you Canadians. Little donut, tiny balls. I eat a few on my way back from Tim Hortons, and then there's not so much for her to eat. She doesn't know. She can count to 30, but she doesn't actually count all the Timbits in the box, so I'm safe. The right amount, yes. Yeah, Heraldic Banner, we got a bit of ramp, we got some power, that's pretty good. Get to keep up the aggression, and we got Topiary Stomper, which has vigilance as well. Anything that blocks Ripjaw, hey, at the very least we draw some things. I like it. And they lose a Mayhem Devil, which is also quite nice. Yeah, might as well. I think we're safe. We're at 12. We've got lovely bodies. They don't have another Witch's Oven. If they had another Witch's Oven, they could do lots of cycling of the cats. Whenever they sacrifice a permanent, we get pinged, and well, we probably would have been dead at this point. They got something. Some sort of sweeper. Meat Hook Massacre. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sodium Nitrate. Tyrranax Rex. Well, it's not Tyrranax Rex, but at least it is a creature. So we've got a sliver of a chance. Of course, we're past a quarter of the way through the deck. We have not seen a single Tyrranax Rex. When you have 4 copies of a card, we kind of hope to see at least one copy of it in a quarter of the deck. And oh my goodness. Wow. Where's a body? Basically any body at this point. I don't think we're quite dead yet. No, we are. Fabled Passage. That's a permanent. Sacrificed to the cat. We'll see what we draw. We could top deck potentially something that would help us, but just a little bit unfortunate. Oof. Yeah, I'll let them finish it out nice and respectable. Ooh, bam. There we go. Boom. Yeah, we just didn't see it. Unfortunately. Of course, Bouncer's Beatdown. I like Bouncer's Beatdown, come to think of it. Vanquisher's Banner, we'll trim that. I really want to take out Mayhem Devil. Hopefully they don't have back-to-back-to-back. Tranquil Frillback could be nice, exiling the graveyard. However, keep in mind, the Cauldron Familiar, if you go to exile the graveyard or target the Cauldron Familiar, there could be a very good chance that they can sacrifice a food token in response, bring the cat back, dodging that graveyard hate, where you tried to permanently smoke this kitty cat out of existence. That's not going to happen. It could catch him off guard. This opponent seems to tap their Witch's Oven a little bit aggressively. That could be nice. Brotherhood's End, of course, would take out all the Mayhem. I don't know what. Let's trim Huntmaster. Dies to their stuff. Pretty much. Brotherhood's End, that's where it's at. And the Frillback. I mean, Magmatic Chasm potentially could surprise them. Everything they have is on the ground, and there could be a good chance we get enough power for lethal. We don't have to worry about the cat blocking anything, because it can't. Which is nice. Okay. Hey, I'll keep it. Cross our fingers they don't have a fatal push for Marauding. At the very least, we should be getting Topiary Stomper down on the 3rd turn, whether or not they kill Marauding. The Goose. Okay. Their Goose is cooked. Especially seeing that 4th land. I love it. We're getting into the range of Tyrranax Rex. If they don't take out Marauding, we will get Tyrranax Rex next turn. Wow. Yeah, I'll still do Topiary. I could have done Heraldic Banner either way. If Marauding survived, it would have got there, but this way I get ahead by 1 with the basic land. Marauding pings, I do a little bit more damage. It's not nothing, and I certainly wouldn't expect the goose to block, so we'll hit him for a bit. I think Marauding Raptor could go down, or could have gone down, so I might as well get the best benefit possible before we lose it to, well, not the Meat Hook Massacre yet. Oh, live Marauding, you can do it. If we get Tyrranax Rex down next turn, it might be all over. Fatal Push. Maybe. Okay. Something to kill someone. Whoa, Strider. Whoa there. I guess I have to resize that guy. I noticed all my clips there were not quite lined up for some reason, but hey, now there we go. Bing, bang, boom. Get her done. Smoke them. Yeah. Maximum aggression. The goat will sacrifice itself after it blocks Marauding Raptor. We won't get that damage through, but I want to force him to sacrifice the goat. Let's do it. I mean, that right there is, you got to admit, pretty decent. I've done it many, many times before, but it is always surprising. They never expect that. Tyrranax Rex reduced to 6 with Marauding. I make 6 green with Castle Garenbrig. Again, you know, oftentimes Marauding goes down to Fatal Push and Fiery Impulse. Ooh. Again, that's not the first time. Just playing this thing does the trick. Maybe. I know it sounds crazy. Maybe I just don't need Carnage Torrent whatsoever. That's pretty hard to say. I don't know. Is this the better Carnage Torrent? Not always. Not always, like I was mentioning. This has haste, but late game they can pay the ward 4. Carnage Torrent has hexproof. They can just never target it. They're both big. They're both scary. Do you mix and match? Do you do 3 copies? Do you have a few Carnage Torrent and then maybe you think the opponent will get ahead too much? Easily be able to pay the ward 4. You want Carnage Torrent instead of Tyrranax Rex. Lots of little things to think about for sure, but you can't go wrong at least jamming this thing in. And Castle Garenbrig, never leave home without it. We would not have gotten Tyrranax Rex out that turn. Maybe even the next turn. Maybe I was waiting and waiting and waiting for the next land and it would have just taken forever, unfortunately. However, we still have to win once more. Never leave without Brotherhood. 3 or 4. Okay, hey, Brotherhood's End is in there, JDX. I know I still haven't played Liliana Dinos, but at the very least I can put a grin on your face. You know, so it's not all bad. Especially when I play the best card game in the world, better than whatever the first card game was. I don't know, made in feudal Japan. It's better than Mahjong. That's not really a card game with the tiles and the shapes and stuff, but it's even better than poker. Magic the Gathering is better than Go Fish. Whew. Yeah, I said it. I think we all have to admit that fact. It's hard. But don't unsubscribe. Don't unsubscribe. You know, even though we come to disagreements, we can both share a good time, break bread if we want to share a meal. If I'm ever down in your neck of the woods, yeah. We're all living in this world together, so it's not always fun. Mahjong. Oh, Mahjong is pretty sick as well. I used to play that and Solitaire when I first got my computer when I was 8 years old. I'm 32, 33. I don't know. Don't actually remember how. I'm pretty sure I'm 33. Yeah. Either way, it's been over 20 years since I got my first computer. The only game I could play was Solitaire and Mahjong. A couple other simple games. It was Windows 95 or 93. I don't know what. I'm not surprised I'm seeing Corvold, Fake Cursed King. That's going to get pretty big. It's going to be rough stuff if we don't get something big down coming up soon and fast. Going to be hit for 6, probably 7 next turn, and it's about all over at that point. They don't have anything in their graveyard for Tranquil Throwback to Exile. Regisaur Alpha it is, I guess. Yeah, the tiles don't have dinosaurs on them. Oh, the multiplayer version. I don't think I ever played the multiplayer version. Pretty sure. Pretty much it was just against myself. Oh, well, we're not dead yet, but we probably are dead. Of course, when you don't have a whole lot of interaction, especially interaction for big stuff, this is a turn of events that can happen. Yeah, it's pretty much just a single player version of Mahjong on the computer. Tetris. I like Tetris. It's never really good at it. Yeah, lots of old stuff, which I might play again at some point. I have done that a few times on the channel here, and yeah, scratch the itch. Prince of Persia, the original one for the MS-DOS, old computers. That one was good. I might actually beat the first level this time. I figured out how to pick up the sword the last time, but I didn't figure out how to block the enemy before you get to the second level. Mahjong Solitaire, yes, okay. Now we're down to 2. We're not dead yet. Can we do anything? Potentially. Let me think. I don't think so. Well, I'll play Mountain. I'll play Marauding Raptor. Ripjaw Raptor. See what we get. I'm just curious what Ripjaw draws. We're not dead yet. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're definitely dead now. Yeah. That's how she goes. I mean, don't leave home without maybe some nice targeted removal. Fighting, of course, dinos are big. Power them up, whatever fight spell you want. Tends to do the trick. Can't win them all, but you can have a good time. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Leave it there for tonight. That was pretty good overall. Again, like I mentioned, my mom and sister are here, so I'll let them get to bed at a reasonable hour, 10 o'clock at night. They're probably wanting to get to bed. I'll let you guys get to bed. Watching right now, later on, maybe it's in the morning, so that doesn't apply, but fantastic talks, not just about Magic tonight. Bunch of fantastic games, a good time. Revisit the Atraxa list, something more aggressive, hasty, something that probably always involves Tyrranax Rex, because that oftentimes is the all-star, as we saw multiple times tonight. Yes, have a great evening as well. Everybody watching right now, later on, have a good rest of your time zone. And stay cool. Hopefully cooler than me. My goodness. Starting to sweat buckets. I could open the window. It gets kind of cold. This week is supposed to be cold where I'm at, and that's going to be a saving grace. Yes. Peace.